Hello to the new eighth grade. I hope you guys are so excited to start your final chapter at Trinity. That is so exciting. But first, you've got a nice, restful summer break, and I know you're excited for that too. But just like every other year, we have summer reading, your last one, set up for you guys before you go on your break. You're going to be getting an email from me with the requirements, but I just wanted to make a quick video so that if you had any questions, I maybe can answer them here and just to give you a little more detailed information than you might get from reading it in the document. So when you open up your document for me, you're going to see that we do have kind of a theme set up for this year's summer reading. And this year, instead of picking different novels to read, you are going to make your selections based on a particular author. So you will find when you open up your Google document for me a list of 20 current, really well-known authors for young adult literature. However, you have the option to select somebody else if you don't see a favorite author appearing in this list. So you really do have the liberty to choose. These are the only requirements, though. First, know that we are going to be doing a lot of work with this author in the fall. So we're going to be doing a project based on what you're doing this summer. So you really want to know that you like the author that you're choosing. Secondly, you want to make sure that they have multiple books that you haven't already read. So the books you read by your author need to be books that you haven't already read and tested on. So they need at least 2 new options for you. You can choose an author that you've never heard of or an author that you've never read a book from yet. That is absolutely fine. Or you can choose somebody that you know you like their style. Up to you. But there is a list of 20 authors. You are more than welcome to select from this list or do a little research on your own and pick somebody. Once you've selected your author, you are going to choose 2 novels to read this summer. These novels need to be at grade level, so I don't want you to be picking 2 picture, even if they're a novelist, I don't want you picking their picture books, okay? I want you to pick 2 books at grade level, and I want them to be books that you've never read and tested on, and I want them to be books that are not from the same series. So if you are, for instance, picking Suzanne Collins, and Suzanne Collins is the Hunger Games author, I don't want you reading The Hunger Games and Catching Fire. Your author needs to have books that are not all from the same series. So you need to pick 2 books that are not from the same series. The reason is we're going to be comparing styles and comparing themes. And if the books are from the same series, they're going to have too much of the same information, so it wouldn't make a great project. Okay? So job number 1 is to pick an author. It needs to be a young adult author. Job number 2 is to pick 2 books by that author. Not from the same series, books you haven't read before. If you continue scrolling down through the document I sent to you, you will see that there are 4 projects listed at the bottom. These projects are due the first library class of the school year. So I don't have the calendar created yet, so I don't really know what exact date that will be. Once I get that information, I'll make sure to get that to you guys as soon as possible, but I can't tell you right now. But just make sure you are prepared at the start of the school year for your first library class with these 4 projects. The first project that you're going to see is a project that you should be familiar with because I've already assigned it to you during distance learning, and that is a book cover recreation. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you now so I can show you again. So during the summer, I had asked you to recreate the cover of your favorite book, and I gave you this as an example. My favorite book is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and I recreated that cover with photography. So I used my kids and my husband to recreate it. You hopefully did that as well already. You're going to choose one of the books that you read by the author, and you are going to do this one more time. Okay, so you can use the method of your choosing. You may use photography if that is something you prefer. You may also do art, so you could draw the cover or you could paint the cover. You could model it out of clay or out of Play-Doh. You could use manipulatives and build it out of Lego or use action figures. It really is up to you how you want to create this, but you are going to take a photo of it and then you are going to send it to me at sdowney@cdeducation.org. Make sure that your photo has the title and the author on there as well. The second project is going to take you to a link on Padlet. Now, I think most of you have used Padlet before, but if not, I'm going to talk to you about what it looks like, and it's really easy to use. The link is in your summer reading requirements document. When you click it, it's going to take you to this link or to this page right here. This is my Padlet link for you. So at the top, you'll see it says author's style. What it's asking you to do is, after you've read your 2 books, I want you to make comparisons on the author's style. So some things you might want to consider is, does the author use a lot of suspense? Does the author use a lot of figurative language? Does the author have different perspectives showing up in their books? So, like, for example, I'm trying to think of one for you, like in Wonder. Hopefully most of you have read Wonder. Every chapter is a different character. So does your author switch perspectives, or does it all follow the same character? Is it in first person, second, third person? Their use of characterization, their use of, maybe, sorry, I'm not trying to blank on you guys, but using graphics in there. So is it a graphic story, or are there clip art in between the different chapters? What you're going to do is think about all those things and make comparisons. What is similar about the books, because they're both by the same author, and what might be different? So did the author branch out and try something new in one of their books, or do they keep the same style? Does it all seem kind of the same, but with different storylines? So you're going to be making a comparison between the 2 books on the author's style. When you're ready to construct your answer, you're going to go back to this Padlet, and you are going to select this pink circle down here with the plus sign. Once you click on that, it's going to pull open a box for you. It's going to ask you for a title. I want the title to be your name. And then it's going to give you a text box, and that is where I want you to write your answer. Make sure your answer is written in complete sentences, that you address all the questions I pose to you, and that you edit it for grammar, spelling, and punctuation. So that's your second project. Your third project is, this author study is going to carry out through the fall, and we're going to do a little bit of research on our author. I want you to do some preliminary research this summer. So you are going to open up a Google document, and you are going to, utilizing a Google search, you are going to try to find articles about your author. Your author might even have their very own webpage. I want you to either bookmark these, or I want you to copy and paste the URLs into that Google document so you can access those web pages again when we do this project in the fall. So you're going to be finding at least 3 sources. So it's a source search on your author. Create a Google Doc with those web addresses, or bookmark those, so that way we can use them again in the fall. So project number 3 is to do some research on your author. Your last project is creating a book trailer for one of your books. So I really want you to use the opposite book from what you use to create your book cover. So if you used one book to create your book cover, I want you to use the opposite book to make your trailer, and vice versa. For your trailer, I want you to think about when you watch movie trailers. So movie trailers are designed to entice you to go watch that movie. A book trailer should be designed to make you want to go read that book. So what you're going to do is try to entice your classmates to check out your author. So you're going to do like a little author trailer, or you can select a book trailer. Give some details about the book. So make sure you include the title, the author, make sure you give a little bit of the summary, but not too much where you give away the ending, and try to add in some suspense or an air of intrigue and mystery so that everybody wants to go see this or read this book. So I hope that makes sense. You are going to write the trailer or the skit. I also want you to star in it, and then I want you to film it. So you can use a device you have at home. So if you have a phone or an iPad or a camera, I want you to go ahead and film it and then send it to me, again, at sdowney@cdeducation.org. Or you can utilize a movie making program if you're familiar with them and want to play with that. So you could use iMovie, or you could use Slidely, or another program that you might know of. And if you do not have access to any of these devices so that you could actually film it, you can write and practice your skit or trailer and be prepared to present it to the class when we come back together. So if you don't have a device, no worries about that either. Okay, so a book trailer for one of your books by your author, trying to intrigue your classmates to go ahead and read this book and check out this author. So those are your 4 projects, setting us up for our author study in the fall. If you have any questions, make sure you email me. I will try to make sure I respond to you as quickly as I can so that you can keep rolling with your summer work. I hope you have a wonderful break. I can't wait to see what you guys have for me in the fall.